People are going to see something special. Whole new fire.
Got it. All right.
So there you have it. There he is. The modern day version of the Thunder God. Strength and virility. There is probably very few people who embody the God as much as modern day Hafthor Bjornsson. So it's great. I remember the first time I met him. Actually, the first time I saw him, I didn't meet him. It was in Australia. It was many years ago. It was before he was really famous. And I remember thinking, that dude is a monster. Biggest, tallest dude in the building. And you knew that guy was going to be something. And what he has become now, it's quite inspirational. I've never got the tap. You know, speaking back to Thor and Norse mythology, they say that if you fight bravely enough, that they'll tap you, the Valkyries. And that's your indicator that you can go full berserker because your place is secured in Valhalla, a fighter's paradise, where you wake every morning, fight all day, and killed or maimed or wounded, you're put back together and fed and nourished, and it's a process that repeats all the way until the end of time. A fighter's paradise. So, what a great opportunity. There's a fighter inside of everybody. Some people are more musicians, farmers, builders, lovers. There's many different ways to express yourself in this life. But I do think that there's a fighter inside everyone. And sport, combat sport, other things, it's a great way to build your qualities as a fighter, as a person. And, you know, this spiritual cleansing and refinement that you can get through sport, hopefully carries over into, you know, more meaningful ways in your life. And I think that that's the goal of a lot of sportsmen, of fighters, is that refinement. But I do believe, especially, you know, having gone through this process, you know, the last 4 weeks, it's 4 weeks and a couple days, and we're a week away. In 1 week, this will all be done. Is that there's a big difference between the refinement that you get with a craft that you've been practicing for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, a lifetime. It's different than taking on a new challenge where you are much more uncomfortable. It can test you in different ways. It can remind you of lessons that you may have forgotten. It can be much more base, like if you're not a runner, run a marathon. If you're not a swimmer, you know, try and swim across the lake. You know, try not to get yourself killed because, you know, that would be silly. But, you know, you need to test yourself, I believe, to get the spiritual benefit. And I think that maybe that's one thing that I have on Thor, being older than him, and probably just having been through more battles. Maybe. I mean, I don't want to say that I've got anything really on Thor because he's really impressive, and I'm just very impressed by him. But I know for myself that I've spent years of my life where, I basically make peace with my life and think that, that might be it. So I make sure that I'm doing what I want to do, and I think that that's important. And when you get hit, when you feel pain, when you can't breathe, or when your body's telling you want to stop, if you haven't repeated this process and tested yourself and pushed yourself, then you will be a weaker fighter. And potentially, this can have crossover into life. So, hopefully, the one thing I have is resolve. But we'll see. Either way, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're a week out, and yeah, thanks for listening to my ramble. Thanks to all the guys who've helped me get here and get ready. Thanks to my family for letting me do this crazy stuff. Big thanks especially to Zach. He's really been helping me this last little bit, and obviously to Coresports for providing the platform for all this madness. Anyways, cleanse your spirits, guys. Cleanse yourselves. Jump right into the fire.